Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Well, I hope everyone is doing okay. It's starting to warm up here, but it's still cold at night, which is weird. Okay, this video is get by with my 7 hot dog meals. Delicious, tasty, and cheap. No, tasty, delicious, and cheap. Okay, so I've been studying life extension, but I thought I don't want to really change up anything too much because I've been so healthy. Okay, I mentioned to you guys I bought this lovely sweater half price for $4, and it was my intention to sell it. And I thought, why sell it? It goes with my life. It goes with everything I own. I think somebody actually knitted this, so I'm keeping it. Okay, so first let's do the food. Okay, this is an oldie but a goodie. It's called Barbecue Frank's Boston style, and so I have done this video on my channel, but not for a long time. 1 medium oil, 1 medium onion, and 3 tablespoons oil. But what I did is I mixed all these ingredients together. So I had dry onions. I want to show you guys the ingredients because I have followers from other countries. 1 teaspoon dry mustard. So I just used yellow mustard. 1 teaspoon paprika. So it's kind of crazy because these are equal. 1 teaspoon and 1 teaspoon. Salt and pepper. So what I did is I mixed all these ingredients, and then at the end I just sprinkled the salt. I get a lot of pepper. I sprinkled the salt and pepper. 1 tablespoon sugar. My sugar wouldn't come out, so I had to break in. So 1 tablespoon sugar, 1 teaspoon dry mustard, 1 teaspoon paprika. Okay, 1/2 cup ketchup. You know the ketchup bottles are smaller. I'd stock up on ketchup. 1/2 cup. 1/2 cup water. 1/4 cup vinegar. I always have several kinds of vinegar, but it could be any kind. 1 tablespoon Worcestershire sauce. I bought some. Have you noticed how expensive some of the good steak sauce is? And a few drops of Tabasco. What? I didn't take it out. Okay, when I use Tabasco, I always use 5 drops. So here's all the ingredients. So what I did is I mixed everything in a bowl. I put 4 hot dogs in a pan. I poured this over the top and I baked 350. So let me give you the recipe. This is the #1 recipe. A hair. What I do is I shop at discount stores like Grocery Outlet, and what I did is I just waited and I got the good hot dogs cheap marked down. I have about 6 left. There was 16. I like to eat hot dogs about once a week. That's good. They're cheap enough. I would rather eat hot dogs than try to go on a all vegan diet. I'm not a vegetarian, but I do see the sense of eating more veggies. My mangoes. All right. All right, so that's the recipe #1. Okay. If you don't have everything, just use what you have. Salt, pepper, vinegar, water, ketchup. Just use what you have. This is a good recipe. Okay, so now let's get the rest of the food out. Okay, so had 4 potatoes that I bought for $1, and I had 3 yams from the food pantry. So you guys might be thinking, wow, yesterday you had so much food, but it goes down fast when you're eating it. So what this is I had 1 potato, and I bought some marked down zucchinis and peppers. I also had about 5 of these peppers from the food bank. And then I have 2 jicama, and I have a squash. So, okay, so, and I put some homemade butter. I put a homemade butter on the vegetables. Okay, so I want to make like a little well, like a little moat. And then let me show you the hot dogs. These are so yummy. You got to get this recipe. All right, so now these are small green zucchinis. And zucchinis taste very delicious with this tomato sauce, especially the fact that it's a little bit sour. So I will just put it in my moat. And this is enough left for 2 days. So basically tomorrow for lunch. So here it is. Okay, and then when I went to the food pantry, I got a nice loaf of bread, and I got 6 bagels. And I got some avocados, and as soon as they are ripe, I will put them on the bagels. They're getting there. So I have never been one to buy, here's the bread. I'm trying to go to the whole grains. Okay, I'll have a little mustard, and then I already have ketchup. So I'm being incredibly cheap, and I'm not suffering. It's about being incredibly cheap, but it's also about, you've got to have something for dinner. And it's got to be easy, especially if you eat late like I do. If it's not easy, it's not going to happen. So, a long time ago, I did a video, and I said, you guys don't know what goes on in this kitchen. What goes on in this kitchen is dinner every night. Got to eat. And I have some cold tea, so I'll drink that. That's cheap. So you guys, you remember my veggies? All I have left is 3 apples and some avocados. They're getting there. And what I did was I had like 12 tangerines and 2 small oranges. So I'm freezing it because, I'm not much on fruit, but I don't want to waste my fruit. And then I also froze some mangoes that I bought marked down. And there's some, these are the mangoes. I think those were the nectarines. Well, I had 2 mangoes, and there's some nectarines in here somewhere. And then I had 2 bananas, and I froze them. So this is a tasty little meal. And one could sop her tomato sauce up. This is what I do when nobody's. Remember, I told you guys you don't know what goes on when you're not around. This reminded me. Like those people, those secret eaters that dine in. Well, I was working in the Sears basement, and it was really a terrible shop, but I had to support my son. It was so terrible. We had a budget perm for $9. And the boss was a man, and he said, you all have to wear dresses. I go, you lunatic. So I got tights and a long jean skirt. And this lady came in, and I was doing stuff, and we were talking. And I found my review in the paper. Excellent hair dressing, down to earth stylist. That's how she described me. My boss was elated because he didn't know it was her. He didn't know who had done her, but he was worried it was me, and so, you know, that was acceptable. And he was such a cheap guy. Because we got a good review in the paper, he gave us a poinsettia. And it looked like it had seen better days. Yes, that's the kind of person I work for. Okay, so that's the first hot dog meal. And, you know, I just mixed my little zucchinis in with my potatoes, and they taste very delicious with tomato sauce. You've got meat, you've got carb, you've got veggies, you've got bread. Okay, number 2 is hot dogs with macaroni and cheese. Number 1. Number 2 is hot dogs and french fries. Hot dogs with chili and rice. Hot dogs with rice and egg. I made that the other night. You just make your hot dogs. I usually eat them with bread, with rice, and with a fried egg. Hot dogs with sticky rice. That's why you need the mangoes. For one person, 3 tablespoons boiled rice, and you just put the water just above the rice, and you cook the rice until it's done and the water is boiled down. And then you top with hot 1/2 cup plus 2 tablespoons sugar, hot coconut milk, and top with mangoes. So, I skipped 5. Sticky rice, hot dogs with sticky rice. Hot dogs with top ramen and egg. Hot dogs with boiled sweet potatoes or roasted sweet potatoes. Drizzle sweet potatoes with oil. Bake 350, to roast them, turn them around. With chipotle hot sauce and lime, and then bacon, crumble bacon. I keep bacon in my freezer. Hot dogs, this sounds awful, but it's not. Hot dogs with rice, with sugar and milk. And then hot dogs fried in fry bread. I showed you that one. If you don't have any bread and you have the fry bread recipe, 1 cup mix, 1 cup flour, 1 1/2 teaspoons baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon salt. Mix that up. Add hot water, 1 cup, or 1 cup whey, or 1 cup milk. Add little by little to create a soft dough, and then put a little oil in a bowl and turn it around so your dough has oil on it. Cover it for 20 or 30 minutes. Then cut it up in balls. This will make about 4. Roll it out. Roll your hot dogs in the fry bread and then fry in hot oil. Or just make fry bread with tea, just for like breakfast. What I do is when I make this, I make a few extra, and I the minute I walk in from the gym, I eat fry bread. Okay. And then for a meal like this, with a fruit or vegetable. Okay, if you don't have hot dogs, you could substitute Spam, ham, sausages like kielbasa, pork sausages, tuna, sardines, or Vienna sausages. All these meals are good. This Boston style hot dog sauce is good with salmon. If you have a can of salmon, take out the bones of the skin first. Okay. Okay, and then, you know, I got a few small potatoes at the pantry, and I noticed a couple of them are getting eyes. And I thought, I am going to sprout them because look at my potatoes, especially this one. I sprouted this from a potato with eyes that I got at the food pantry. So, okay, now let's see if I have anything else. Let me give you a shot of the sticky rice. It doesn't have to be mangoes, but if you do start getting dehydrated mangoes, dehydrated coconut, and pineapple, that will come in handy in all kinds of ways. Okay, now I'm still doing the petty cash. Today was zero spend. So I bought some food, but I didn't spend any money. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's $19 plus set away $1. I want to mention these. Ralph's has these $5 pizzas, so I cut mine in 8 pieces, and I ate 2 pieces for breakfast. And today they have one $5 special. Today was turkey and cheese. So I don't want to be buying too many groceries because, you know, I'm going to the food pantry. All right, let's see. So that's to do with this is second. What I want to do is sell things and pay for my petty cash. But it's taking me a while to get started on that. All right, now what? All right, we'll do that after the food storage. So my food storage, this is good. This is really good. Okay, the cheap meat is hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken, legs. I buy the bag for $5. Bacon, pork sausage, turkey burger, and tuna. I have everything but the turkey burger. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, and rice. I have that. The veggies I have on hand are zucchinis, carrots, celery, and tomatoes, plus canned. Then I have bread, lots of bread, butter, and milk. So once you start stockpiling a little food, and if you make an effort to go to the food pantries, all of them are not the same, but I would suggest just taking what you can get and eating it. Okay, and not being prideful. Take a look at your real life income. Okay, I mentioned this way of doing the food storage. 1 can beans, 2 can soup, 1 can soup, 1 pasta, canned meat and fish, and canned meals. And then for a month, 10 small cans of fruit or 4 large cans of fruit, and same for canned vegetables. So this week I stockpiled up on some fish, so there was 5 of them. Uh-oh, why do I have my zucchini scraps in here? So this was 5 items that I bought at Dollar Tree at the start of the week. And then I put 1 can of beans, so that's 6. And 1 soup that I bought marked down for 16 cents. And then I put 1 can of chicken a la king. And I have some tea. And then I put 1 of these packages of muffin mix. So this is everything except the fruit and the vegetables. All right. So the other thing is trying to get the one good deal every day or two is really going to help. Like the avocados, I got 2 pounds of avocados for $3.99. I got 1 pizza, and I forget what else I bought. Okay, now that's that. Now I want to talk to you guys about this thing the YouTubers are saying, and I thought, yeah, that's the truth. Ain't that the truth? Hold your cash. So why? Let's take a look at the macro picture. Let's look at the big picture. All right, recession, possibly depression, declining standard of living. This is the one I'm thinking to myself, no. Isn't it better just to adjust now than wait until like our finances are, you know, until a flat tire takes us down? There's more bad news coming. Declining standard of living. It's like, oh, it's the most natural thing of all, you know, the lower standard of living. What if you're already poor? Okay. Inflation, everything costs more, but they're saying, well, the economy is fine. Well, the reason is because everything costs more, so that's like raising the GDP. You know, the spending is more. You still gotta buy, you still gotta eat. The cost of living is going up. They're saying that the inflation could possibly go up to 20%, and I'm thinking the food inflation is 30% now. A lot of the things. Okay, so now what's happening is people are charging, which looks like a higher GDP, and they're not saving, which means there's no reserves of cash for them to use. Okay, people aren't just getting 2 jobs, they're getting 3 or more jobs, more higher credit card debt, higher student debt, lower savings, higher government assistance like the food pantry, and the worst case scenario is hyperinflation. So if that was to happen, that would be really horrible. So all we can do is take control of our own personal expenses so that our standard of living doesn't suffer. Like, am I suffering wearing my $4 sweater? No, I'm fine. Okay, dwelling and utilities. Okay, I'm doing everything I can to reduce the utilities. I can't actually easily reduce the cost of my house unless I want to move to a cheaper house, which I don't. Then they're done that. Car, repairs, and fuel. Nothing I can do about the fuel, although I think I located the cheapest gas is Arco. Water, we have to have water, and if we stockpile tea, the soda is probably going up. Okay, food. Now they're saying, like, when people are hit by this food inflation, they're buying lower quality of food, and then that leads to a lower standard of living. So, you know, getting these 7 hot dog meals and eating hot dogs once a week is not going to kill us. Clothes, I just buy used clothes. And then I'm going through medical, dental, and vision. So I've been hearing this stuff that we don't have, we're seniors or we're on disability and we don't have any medical insurance, dental insurance, or vision. Well, what I was doing today was like really headachy. I had to go get a Diet Coke just to brace myself to do it. And I was on the phone and I was screaming, I want to talk to a representative. So when I finally got the lady, I said, I was screaming, I want to talk to a representative. Is there something I can do in the future? If I have to, God forbid, call you. She goes, yeah, press 0, and if nothing happens, press it 2 or 3 times. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, so what it was to do with was my dental insurance. So I was resistant to getting my teeth fixed, and I said to myself, 1, it's going to hurt, but 2, I know that there's dental insurance that can be had by seniors. So you might have to do searches, you might have to search around, you might have to find a dental school, you might have to go to Mexico, but it is out there. And then also there's vision. I'm working on that, and I finally got my medical with no copay. So if you're in that situation, just start doing a search. Like, it took me some time to figure this out. So be thinking about that. I mean, don't give yourself a headache, but just put it in the back of your mind that it can be done. Okay, now take control of yourself and start where you are now. One, if you are a senior on a fixed income and you qualify for EBT or pantry, like I can get on my income, I can get EBT, but I think I get a good benefit with the food pantry. Okay, find good deals and eat that deal. Like today, Ralph's had the turkey and cheese, and I knew that when I went to the food pantry, I knew that the food was coming from Ralph's because I recognized the turkey. And then they have a whole chicken one day for $5. They have 4 like fried chicken legs one day. Today I didn't get any turkey because I didn't really need lunch meat. The pantry I go to, if they have stuff that you don't really need, you just don't take that stuff. Okay, grocery outlet, I get gallons of milk for like 97 cents so I can make yogurt. I also got the really good yogurt cheap too, like the $6.99 yogurt, and cheese. And then at the food pantry, I got cheese that was pumpkin pie spice. It was a $6.99 block of cheese. Also, they give you dog food. Okay, and then the third tip, so find good deals. I get good deals at Walmart. Okay, make homemade food like peanut butter, like yogurt, like granola, like butter, like bread, like applesauce bread. With my 3 apples, I will make applesauce so I can make applesauce bread. And if you're new to canning, one of the simplest things you can ever make is pickles and sauerkraut and applesauce canned. And I'll be making some of that, and I will tell you. Okay, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And God bless you all. Ralph's on Mondays, $5.